Bear with me, folks. Okay, so thank you for joining us. The March partner meeting is underway. We're going to update you on our team. We have our new community engagement manager on board. We'll talk about the 2025 promo packs, swag update, and we have t-shirts orders ready to go live for partners who want to buy t-shirts at cost. We will walk you through that at the end of the meeting. Community engagement calendar is up and running. Did notice one little error where it's duplicating entries, so I've been deleting those manually, working through trying to figure out what the glitch is. Has to do with their link shortening program. Probably more information than you need, but I'm aware of the issue and working through it. Should hopefully have that fixed by the end of the week here. The Maze Bike Month kickoff event on May 3rd. That is a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Vendor registration is open through the Breathe website. I've got a link in the deck, and I will copy that into the body of the email when I recap the meeting this afternoon. It'll be a fun time. We're working on getting all our community partners to host rides to the event. It's always a blast and just a great crowd. So come out and tell the community what you're doing. Oops. Devin Valdez, our social media manager, is at her other job this morning, but she's put together a great Google form to help the flow of information and content for the Maze Bike Month social media accounts. So we have accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's the TT if you're Zennial or older. Working on growing that TikTok audience to connect with a younger demographic. Um, Great form, allows for uploading posters, pics, video through that form. You can use it to plug your event. Like the week before, we'll be doing giant carousels of all the events that are coming at the beginning of the week to highlight. But if you'd like a more focused spotlight, this is a great way to get your information to Devin in a manageable fashion. Video engagement on social media these days is just way higher than the static images. So if you can put together a little bit of a video or at least a slideshow, it definitely helps those engagement numbers. So the link to this form will also be in the meeting recap, and it's here in the deck. Devin's email, should you need to contact her directly, is here as well. But we've been posting to the Maze Bike Month accounts past couple of weeks, starting to get some activity on them. It's always tough to rebuild engagement on those accounts because they kind of go dormant during 9 months out of the year. So we're coming out of that hibernation and getting eyeballs back on our events. So at this point, I'd like to hand it over to Will from Love to Ride to give us an update. Will, would you like to share
Sure,
your screen?
I would indeed. I think my first slide looks a lot like the slide you just had up.
Well, I did borrow the Love to Ride brand colors for that deck.
No, all good. Can you guys all see that okay? Yep, there's nodding. That's always good. Cool. So agenda for today. I want to take you through intros so you guys can meet some of the team. There's a couple of us on the call today. An overview of Mayor's Bike Month and the promo resources. I've just put some interesting stats in there. There's some quite cool information out of there, which I was looking over and I thought would be quite interesting to some people. A bit about the Love to Ride app and how that can help with promotion this year, kind of improve sign-up rates, improve the data at the end of it, how you guys can help promote it, and then any Q&A at the end of it for us. To start with, intros, which is the same slide basically as Rob just had. So Amy unfortunately can't be here today. She has a hospital appointment, but she is the main project manager for this project. Lorena is the new CEM or community engagement manager for the area. She is on the call. She can wave once I'm stopped sharing my screen. But we'd love for you guys to get to know her, use her at events, ask questions, use our support at the end of it, and we'll kind of get onto that. And I'm the head of projects at Love to Ride, and so overlook kind of the campaign development for all our Love to Ride programs. And as you can see on the right here, sneak peek into the start of the new promo pack for this year. So Mayor's Bike Month. Pre-registration opens on April 1st. Hopefully you guys are used to the concept. If people don't, I'll go into how the challenge works in a second. Obviously, as always, it's a workplace challenge. Anyone can take part, and I'll break that down in a minute. With Lorena, we're hoping to support on in-person events, group rides, whatever you guys need to kind of support what you're doing and your initiatives around that. And we'll be giving away the prizes again, depending on transportation, encouraging others, trips, transportation trips. So challenge format, and bear with me, Rob, if you have discussed this before with them on these calls. Rider points, so how the point system works. So it's going to be 1 point per mile, 10 points per day you cycle, and then encouragement points is obviously the key part to this as well. 50 points for a regular or existing rider and 100 points for a new rider. Now, obviously, the key part of this is the workplace part and is a workplace challenge, but you can take part as an individual and with a club and group as well. And to make it fair, we break it into 7 size categories, so 1 to 6 up to 2,000 plus staff. You still get a bit of unfairness, and people still moan that they're up against a way bigger size category in that 2,000 plus, but we try to segregate as much as possible to keep it as fair as we can. So the partner promo pack we will be sending round after this call. So there's a few bits in here so you can see what it looks like. We have designed everything. We try to make it as simple as possible for you, from all the comms being written, emails, things you can put on your Instagram, Facebook, socials, fact sheets, a challenge checklist, all your posters, digital screenshots. But we are there to help. If there is something in there which doesn't fit the sizing you need or whatever, we're happy to adjust and happy to help you guys for what's needed. But fingers crossed, most of it should be in that pack for you already. A fresh tweak to the branding this year. I like the bikes this year. I'm quite happy with how it's come out. It's always difficult working with design agencies trying to get a new fit and to make it fit to everyone. But yeah, this will be the new design for this year's promo pack. And like I said, we'll be sending it around after. I wanted to show some stats because I think stats can sometimes be boring, but it is also interesting. And one of the key ones for you guys is your gender registration stats. We work across the US. Your gender stats are the best in the US on the Love Tribe platform. And I think that's something to be really, really positive about. And when you look at these and you look at kind of national averages of cycling, it just really puts into context. So if we start top left here, this is active users on the platform. So not just registrations, this is people actually on bikes on a regular basis. You're at 45% female, which is amazing when you think the regular rider category in the US is about 22% female. So when we move around this, you can kind of understand this breakdown a bit better. But our new rider category, we actively promote and push on our website more women getting onto the platform. It's a huge part of what we do. If we want to make a shift in cycling in the US, this is how we've got to do it. Similar across the whole world, to be fair. That is at 69% in the new rider category as female signups and riders, and that's amazing. And obviously through behavior change, what we hope to see is that these new riders become occasional riders and then become regular riders, and we see these kind of the orange splits growing. To get close to gender parity in the US is phenomenal, and I just thought it's really good to shine a light on the great work being done over the years, and obviously just to keep improving these stats. And we've seen them increase year on year, and it's another year that we want to get, hopefully, this top left one back to 50%. That would be amazing, and keep it top in the US. But I think it's just a kudos to everyone on this call and the work being done, but it's always really nice to kind of show the stuff which is going really well. The next one, you're not meant to be able to read this, so don't worry, don't try get too close to the screen. Every time I bring this slide up, people try to read it. It shows why encouragement and promotion is so important. This is a graph of basically this person at the top here is a woman called Anne, who was in a workplace at a company called the Met Office in the UK. She joined in 2020, and this is the encouragement of her since she's joined the platform. And I think it just shows in context of how quickly it can grow through the right promotional, the right community on a platform, spreading the right message. This whole first line were basically people in her area, and actually by the time we got down to these people joining the platform, they were across the world. And it's how encouragement is so important to the work we do. You know, you tell someone about cycling, you get them on their first bike ride, you get them on the website, they find their group, their place, and it spreads. And I think it's an amazing way of showing how promotion and encouragement of cycling works and looks like. And yeah, I love this graph. It's one of my favorite graphs I've got, I think. Onto the app side of it, the app launched last year with Rate My Routes function and has obviously improved a lot since then. And so I think it's important to kind of review what we've got and how this can support the growth of the platform. What we want out of this is obviously as many people using it as possible. It's a super easy way to sign up, take part. The benefit of our app through this process is it automatically logs your trips. So if you get on your bike and start riding, it knows you're cycling and it records those trips. That's a great way of people, and I'm one of them who would forget to record my trip if I cycle to my local shop, which was half a mile down the road. Those tiny trips all add up. I'm always amazed that I kind of end up doing about an extra 60 miles a month on my bike, which I never would have recorded from this kind of 500-meter to a mile and a half kind of trips. And I would forget to record them on a daily basis. And so it's a really important part of that. And as you can see on the screenshot there is the Rate My Routes function. And this is free and live on everyone's phone, and you can see your community feedback map. And so what I wanted to show is I've got two pictures of this so you can see. On your phone, you'll be able to see your community feedback map. And I think it's a really important point of seeing where riders and your community think is comfortable or uncomfortable for cycling. Let's not lie to ourselves that we think everywhere is perfect for cycling. As you can see on this map, the thicker the line is where more trips are being logged. The dark grey lines are where people have cycled and not not rated their routes. And then the coloured lines are where people have rated. And it goes from comfortable to uncomfortable, green to red, and everything in the middle is the orange lines. When you zoom in, you can start to understand, quite commonly at junctions is where people start to find more dangerous cycling spots. But when you're planning your route, you can look on the community feedback map. Amazingly, in Sacramento, there's a lot of green. There's a lot of rated routes already. You can have a real understanding of where your community is cycling. But it might help new riders plan a route which feels a bit safer and more comfortable to them from what they are seeing from the other people in their community. And so I think it's a really important point. If you don't have the app, download it, have a look, see what the local area looks like around you. But it's nice to see. And every time I kind of bring up different areas of maps to people, they go, "Oh, I know that spot. Oh, it's terrible. There's a pothole there." And it's nice when you see the community kind of backing your understanding of what you think is safe or unsafe to cycle on. So spreading the word. So like I said, the promo pack's ready to go. I think the most important part, and me and Rob were chatting about this yesterday, is we're here to support. Obviously, we'll intro Lorena after I stop presenting my screen. If you need us to do talks or presentations or get Lorena along to an event, please email us, please speak to us. We're happy to do this kind of thing. We're happy to promote and help present what May Bike Month is, where the promo pack is, how we can support you guys. It's really important that we spread and help you spread that message. And as the champion, on the right-hand side here, you can see there is a challenge checklist that is live on the site. It gives you ideas and examples of how to promote this. We want to make it as simple as possible for you guys. Like I said before, if there's something in there which you would like, we're happy to help. We're happy to create that. But when you read through that challenge checklist, it's on the website. It will give you an idea of an example of the types of things we know work. And obviously, we've tried and failed across different areas. We're learning from those successes and failures. And so hopefully that challenge checklist gets better and better every year of kind of the things which seem to work better, especially as the world's changing. I mean, Rob talking about TikTok. It's a new world for me, trying to understand how we promote through TikTok. Take part, go onto the website, have a look at everything. Like I said, the promo pack will go live very shortly on the website as well. We will email it round. And the key part is the registration. So pre-registration opens on April 1st. That's when we'll keep an eye on the numbers and help you guys promote the whole way through that month. And any questions? And obviously, I've put Lorena's email at the bottom there. I've said all things engagement. Wherever you guys need support, obviously, she's here for that. That's the whole point. And hopefully, if I stop sharing my screen, we can see a waving Lorena. There she is. Does anyone have any questions or on that, or would like to see any more, or go back to the mapping or see any parts of that?
I had a question on the mapping.
Sure.
I was curious if when we register, do we identify ourselves as like new riders versus like experienced, confident riders? And if so, does that weight the feedback or the input that you're getting when we say like, yes, this is a comfortable route, no, this is an uncomfortable route, because that input's going to look highly, subjective based on who the person is, right? And so like, does it represent on the map with sort of weighting to account for that?
There's two different types of mapping. So yes and no. So yes, we survey all our riders. So when you sign up and it'll ask you how often do you ride a bike, that kind of stuff, we can categorize everyone into new, occasional, regular riders. We will then understand, and so that's how we tailor our comms. Depending on if you're a new or occasional rider, you will get very different comms to a regular rider because we want to make it challenging, incentivizing for you to take part. In terms of the mapping on your phone, no, we don't separate that. What people deem as comfortable and uncomfortable, we leave vague for that reason. It's not just new to regular rider, it's male to female. You could be so specific in the end between age demographics, health and fitness levels. So the general map is for everyone. Anyone can write comfortable and uncomfortable, and hopefully what happens is those orange areas of ratings become like a 2.2 because what I see as comfortable, Cheryl may see as not comfortable. It's that is the problem is we don't want it to become too specific and too complex on the phone. From a client perspective, behind the scenes, you can break it down by hour of the day, gender, levels, and that's a lot more detail. But in terms of on the phone, we don't want it that specific. You also, currently, if you got so specific, you would end up with too fewer data points for it to be as filled, I think is a problem as well. The more specific you get as a group, if you said 20 to 30 females new rider, you might only have 50 on the app rather than 5,000 people, and you want as specific as possible. So the more data, the better, basically. Does that answer your question? Good.
Great question. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Will. We've been a while since we've talked about demographics, and we'll start looking at those again in April meetings as registration opens to see how we're tracking. But yeah, it is one of the strengths that Sacramento's had in the last 3 years that we've been managing this campaign with Love to Ride is recruiting female riders. We track well above the national average on getting new women on bikes. And now I think part of our role is to figure out how do we retain once we get them on bikes,
Yeah.
how do we get them to sign up the next year and grow that 45% number up to parity at 50% would be a fantastic goal. So things to explore as the campaign progresses. I will get my screen share started here. Again. There we go. Swag update. Socks are in production. They should be here by April 1st. I haven't seen a tracking number on them just yet, but I should be getting notification from the sock guy any day now that they're going to ship out. Bags have been delivered to our partner in the Bay Area. So one side is printed. They're just waiting on our finalized sponsor logos to print the second side, and those will be delivered before the end of April. Bells are done. They're laser engraved, and those will ship with the bags. So we're looking at a kind of third week of April delivery date on those. Slap bands are on order. Those should be here in about 3 to 4 weeks. We've got two sizes coming. The larger ones that we had last year and the smaller size we had the year before. I see a lot more of the smaller sizes around even 2 years later. So but the larger sizes were popular, so we're splitting the difference, doing a couple thousand of each. Colors this year will be pink, purple, silver, and and yellow will be the color spectrum. And then I have an update on May's Bike Month T-shirts. So True Color Litho, our good friends who are printing our slap bands as well, have finalized our T-shirt design and got two colors that we're looking at. We did two colors last year. We had a gray T-shirt that was offered out to the partners to order, and then we had a small batch of pink shirts made for volunteers at events to stand out. And I think the pink t-shirts ended up being the most popular among the staff. So we're bringing pink back and adding a purple shirt this year, going big into color. Excellent. Yeah, I was hoping to get a little feedback on color preferences, and I can put that in the order form as well. This is a 6-color print on the back and a 5-color Maze Bike Month on the chest on the front, then single color Seikog and Saba logos on the sleeves. So these are getting printed on Division t-shirts. If you're not familiar with that brand, I don't know how well known it is, but I've gotten several like concert t-shirts printed on these, and they've consistently been some of my favorite t-shirts. Last year we had a few extra smalls made that were printed on the shirt, just super soft, very lightweight. It's a 50-50 blend, just stretchy, comfortable. I believe we can do women's, Ginny. I will confirm that and get back to you. Because of the extra colors and the additional print areas, we're looking around $17 a tee. These t-shirts do go on sale frequently, and so if that price comes down, we will adjust it accordingly. And I've got the order form pretty much ready to go. I'll confirm male, female sizes and send that out later today. And then we'd like to have orders wrapped up in a week, next week from tomorrow. Love to turn that over to True Color Litho so they can get started on printing. Then for April timeline, as Will mentioned in his slides, April 1st, May's Bike Month registration opens. We'll start seeing the email campaign really fire up to users to get people to register, and we'll start seeing how we track against last year and try and get even more new users on board. April partner meeting schedule, which I'll send out this afternoon, invites to those. We do 2 meetings in April, the 10th and the 24th. So we will launch swag requests at the 10th meeting, and then we'll talk about swag distribution on the 24th. So that is April in a nutshell. Then we've done 2 meetings in May. We may cut that down to just 1 meeting mid-month. And let me know if you have any feedback on that. And otherwise, I'd like to open the floor up for questions or comments. Any questions, anyone?
Yeah. How cool is the kickoff event going to be?
Basic. We've got a pump track lined up for the kiddos and kiddos of all sizes. There'll be we've seen it up at the Auburn Trails Association event, Maze Bike Month launch last year. Fantastic setup. Kids are going to have a blast on it. It'll be down on the end of the event. So he's got enough room for kids to get out and get back without being in the middle of a lot of pedestrian action. So
Hey,
then we have lots of rides, DJs, all that fun stuff. Bike mechanics will be out there, bike valet parking, of course. I think
Jennifer, jump in.
Yeah.
Give us the
Yeah.
update.
Sure. So we're well underway with the planning. We've invited, well, we're in the process of inviting over 30 community groups to come and table. Our request is that you have just something to engage families or kids. All the way from Yolo County Library to SMUD so anyway, we'd love to have anybody out there. Last year was the largest crowd we've had, so we're estimating that there will be hundreds of people there this year. Also already talking to other groups about coordinating rides into the event. So with the construction in that part of West Sac, we're making sure everyone's going to arrive safely. So we invite the community to come out and have fun with us. We're looking into a food truck or two, and we'll have we'll have a raffle with some pretty neat items. We've engaged with IKEA, so there's a pretty cool item that could be available. We're still ironing that out. So anyway, lots of different activities. I mean, you can easily spend 2 hours there. So love to see everyone out there.
Just to jump in, Claudine is asking about good event activities that people could participate in. Ideas?
Are we talking about like things that you can bring, that like an organization can bring
Yeah,
to do?
I have my annual, sorry, I'm not feeling well, so I'm off camera, but
No problem, no problem.
so this year I have to do something a little different over at Capitol Yards, and I'm trying to get the residents engaged. And usually I have at least 100 people that show up, but I wanted to, because my budget is a little different this year, I won't be doing a food truck. I'll be doing probably like Sam's Club, and which would be a lot cheaper than bringing in like an ice cream truck. So I've been trying to figure some other things out to really get people out there. And, you know, as their bikes are with the bike dock, like what else can they do besides me just like handing out flyers and swag? And I've been researching, and I found like maybe I can do a photo booth, or maybe some stickers out so kids can decorate their helmet. I know that we have the bingo card. I'm not really sure about an obstacle course. We don't really have like a lot of sidewalk space for that. But because I was trying to look for like little baby helmets that kids could either color on or put stickers. You know, maybe ordering maybe decorating a bike safety bookmark or coloring one, some type of bike themed contest. I'm gonna bring my e-bike out there, hopefully, if I can get a bike rack, so people can try it. Just kind of think of different ways that people can kind of engage, because usually I have YOLO Bus out there, and then I have Lime out there. I bring Amtrak, and then of course myself. So I'm just trying to think of things that people have done at events. I was thinking of like a prize spin wheel, just trying to get some feedback on what other people have done that has been successful.
Prize spin wheels always bring the kids in my opinion. It's a huge draw. They see that prize wheel, they know exactly what that means. They can get free stuff.
Yeah, right.
Anytime we bring the wheel out, we run long lines at the Maze Bike Month booth. I think the
Yeah.
helmet decoration idea is great. I've seen some people bring out like reflective stickers to decorate, or googly eyes. It's probably one of my
Those
favorite
are
helmet decorations. Various sizes of googly eyes to stick on their helmets.
Yeah, everything you listed would be great. I've also seen booths where they've invested in some type of game, like a cornhole, for example, or I know Costco was selling, the axe throwing, so it's a safe axe throwing. So there could be prizes, for getting a bullseye or whatever it is. So it can be anything. There could be trivia. Our booth's gonna have, we run a food scraps and recycling program. We have a trivia board, and so when they get it right, they get to spin the wheel. And usually our giveaway is candy. It's pretty simple. So it can be any combination of those things. One year, a group brought just bubbles. So it really brought in the kids while you could then talk to the parents. So anything related to what you've listed sounds good. So appreciate the ideas.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Lorena.
I was gonna suggest, I know right now I have a young rider, and he right now is 5 years old, and he likes to do anything that has some sort of guidance there, because you can go to booths and get stickers and so on and so forth and get them all in your bag. But having something like in real time where you can be given ideas on, right now he's trying to master how to do a Papa Willie, having something like that where you can even have it in slow motion to where it's being demonstrated on a screen and it's being done safely or around someone their age or something like that. Also even something in the sense of where, he got really good at doing the skid thing where he, rides really quickly, full circle, and he wants to see that black line, and he literally
I remember doing that.
damaged the tires, but learning, you know, this is what their interests are, you know, like our youngest riders, and being able to attract all children. You'll definitely attract women, because you'll have moms out there naturally,
Right.
as dads as well, but definitely moms, and, you know, the ones that are rearing the children for the most part here. And it is the dads. It's a balance of everyone for sure. But,
Right.
you know, a lot of us women, we are out here and we're wanting to ride our bikes with our kids because we kind of have to, you know? So yeah, that was,
Yeah. You just brought back some memories.
Longest
we are gonna-
competition is great. I want to see that.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be pretty sweet.
age brackets.
just a, you know, a simple YouTube video of some kiddos doing some Papa Willies or some skids, and, you know,
Yeah. I'll have to think about that one. That
We need to reach out to the Elk Grove Ride Out crews, and we may get, you know, large packs of kids who are really adept at wheelies rolling through the event. So you can learn firsthand. Cheryl, would you like to go next, and then we'll go to Will?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, remembering some of the conversations we've had at the end of like Bike Month last year, is that my suggestion is, if you're giving out swag or if you're doing a prize wheel, with adults at least, make sure that they are signed up for Bike Month before you give them swag or give them the prize. And so make them use the QR code, sign up for Bike Month, or show you the app, or show you their email confirmation that they are participating in Bike Month. And so that way we're not just giving away swag to people that come to the event, but aren't actually participating in the challenge.
Yeah, it's a small ask. You know, show that they're registered for May's Bike Month. You know, before the campaign starts, and you know, spin the prize wheel. If it's during the campaign, you know, during May, show us that you've logged a ride, and you know, get a prize. So reward that, you know, that registration, reward logging rides. That's what the swag is there for. So great points, Cheryl.
It's an interesting one on that. So obviously I've done hundreds of Love to Ride events over the time. One of the points I use on that one as well is get them to, if they want a t-shirt, get them to bring a friend over who has to sign up. So it's not them, they have to get a friend to register. So it's just two birds with one stone, and then they'll go off and get another person to get a t-shirt. The problem with bribery is obviously they get the t-shirt, they've signed up, now you've got to get them to ride a bike, right? So there's always just that piece of how do you get that to cross over? This is going to look really stupid. I'm going to share my screen. We have these for all our events in the UK. Now we have them branded. Can you see that? The stupid mini bike. We have Love to Ride branded mini bikes. They're actually slightly easier to ride than it probably looks. All adults want to try them. Like, everyone wants to know if they can ride one of these bikes. They're about £150, so probably about $200. God knows what currency this is in right now. But yeah, we have them Love to Ride branded. We have two at every event, and even at conferences, everything, like everyone wants to have a go on them. They're a really cheap, great way of initiating. Like, everyone wants to talk about them when they're in front of your stand. It's a cheap way of getting people to try something silly, but also great for your socials, pictures, that kind of stuff.
We have two. And yes, it's the adults that want to ride them. It's crazy. So we tried to set up like a little course. We're falling over, and I thought, do they need helmets for this?
You're not going quick enough for that, but they are. Yeah, I love it. I do love them.
Good idea.
Yeah, they are certainly head turners. I've done a little tune up on them. I think 2 years ago before they were sent out to the event. So, took pictures of them in the bike repair stand and got lots of likes on social media. And they're full suspension, surprisingly enough. Oh, anybody else have anything they'd like to share, or questions or concerns, ideas for tabling stuff? I was gonna mention Bike and Seek might be a fun event. You know, something around Capitol Yards. Hide some stuff. Send the kids out on
Like a scavenger hunt, bike and seek.
exactly bike-based scavenger hunt. You know,
Does anybody have access to a unicycle? That'd be fun to try.
there were 3 of them at the bike kitchen like a month or so ago, but
Maybe maybe we can talk them out of one of those.
Yeah, I was tempted. One was a Miata, like Miata unicycle. Huh? Yeah, I need another bike. Like I need another hole in the head.
It's only a half a bike.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. I will be sending out recaps here shortly this afternoon with the ordering sheet, links to the forms that we've discussed, and yeah, follow up with you then. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for coming. Thanks, Will.
Thank you,
Lorena,
everyone.
sorry, we didn't give Lorena any time to talk. Do you want to make a little introduction?
Oh, yes. I'm Lorena. I'm happy to be here. I'm going to be the CM for the Sacramento area. I look forward to working with all of you in this, all supporting the effort of May's Bike Month.
We're glad to have you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.